Have you ever noticed how nobody remembers the moment their finances changed? There's no single purchase that ruins things, no dramatic mistake, no obvious turning point. Instead, one day you look at your life and realize something uncomfortable. You didn't choose your financial situation, you slowly became it. Not through big decisions, but through thousands of small ones that felt harmless at the time. And the strange part is, after a while, those decisions stop feeling like choices. They start feeling like personality. I'm just bad with money. I'm not an investing type of person. I like comfort. This is just how life is now. But what if those aren't traits at all? What if they're simply patterns repeated long enough to feel permanent? Hi, I'm Liam, and on this channel, we talk about money calmly, rationally, and without hype. The kind of conversations that help you understand your financial life instead of reacting to it. If that sounds useful, consider subscribing. Now let's look at something most people never notice while it's happening. Imagine someone in their early 30s. They live in Chicago, or Manchester, or Berlin. Good education, stable job, responsible adult life. Their salary sounds respectable, maybe $80,000 a year in the US, or 55,000 euros in parts of Europe. After taxes, healthcare, and contributions, take-home pay lands somewhere around $4,500 per month. Nothing extravagant, but solid. Now, the fixed structure begins. Rent or mortgage, $1,900. Car payment or transport costs, $450. Student loan, $400. Insurance, utilities, internet, $350. Before life even starts, nearly $3,100 is already committed. What remains feels like freedom, and this is where financial identity quietly forms. Lunch instead of cooking, $12 here, $15 there. Streaming subscriptions no one tracks anymore. Upgrading phones slightly earlier each cycle. Weekend dinners because work was stressful. Short trips paid on credit because experiences matter. None of these decisions feel irresponsible. In fact, each one feels reasonable. That's the key. Financial problems rarely come from irrational behavior. They come from perfectly rational decisions made repeatedly. Here's the mistake people don't see. Most budgets assume decisions are isolated, but money doesn't behave that way. Recurring decisions compound, not just financially, but psychologically. Let's do simple math. An extra $18 per weekday on convenience spending equals roughly $90 per week, about $360 per month, over $4,300 per year. Add small subscription creep, another $120 monthly. Now we're near $6,000 annually. Nothing dramatic happened. No luxury purchase, no reckless spending, just continuity. And continuity is powerful, because once a behavior repeats long enough, your brain stops evaluating it. It becomes normal. Humans are remarkably efficient at conserving mental energy. Every decision requires effort, so the brain automates repeated actions. The first time you order delivery after work, it's a decision. The 20th time, it's identity. You're no longer choosing convenience, you're someone who needs convenience. This is called behavioral reinforcement. Your lifestyle adapts upward quietly while your awareness stays still. And because income arrives monthly while spending happens daily, the feedback loop stays invisible. You feel stable. But stability and sustainability are not the same thing. Now extend that $6,000 yearly pattern across 10 years. That's $60,000 without investment growth. If invested modestly at historical market averages, it approaches $90,000 to $100,000. Not life-changing wealth, but enough to change stress levels, enough to shorten a mortgage, enough to create options. Instead, what many people experience is something else. Income rises, but pressure stays constant. Raises disappear into upgraded habits, and eventually people conclude, no matter how much I earn, it never feels like enough. But the issue wasn't income, it was identity formed by repetition. Here's where it becomes subtle. People defend these patterns because they represent comfort. Cutting them feels like losing part of yourself, not because of the money, but because routines signal safety. After a difficult workday, the brain seeks reward. Small spending becomes emotional regulation. And modern economies are designed around this. Convenience is always one tap away. Friction has been removed from spending, but not from earning. So daily life gently pushes people toward recurring consumption. No villain, no conspiracy, just incentives working exactly as designed. Financially stable people don't necessarily earn dramatically more. What they do differently is surprisingly quiet. They don't evaluate purchases individually, they evaluate patterns. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this today?" they subconsciously ask, "Is this a behavior I want repeating for the next 10 years?" Because they understand something important. Every recurring decision votes for a future version of you. One subscription doesn't matter, but becoming a person who collects subscriptions does. One financed upgrade doesn't matter, but becoming someone who always carries payments does. Their advantage isn't discipline, it's awareness of trajectory. Financial identity isn't built during major life events. It's built on ordinary Tuesdays, on tired evenings, on automatic clicks, on small comforts that quietly become permanent expenses. And once patterns solidify, income increases stop creating freedom. They simply maintain momentum. That's why two people earning the same salary can live completely different financial lives without either making obviously wrong decisions. One repeated slightly fewer commitments. Over time, that difference compounds into flexibility. This isn't about cutting joy or optimizing every dollar. Life isn't a spreadsheet, but awareness changes how decisions feel. When you recognize that small recurring choices shape long-term identity, money stops being about restriction. It becomes about direction. You don't need dramatic change. You just need to notice which behaviors are quietly becoming permanent, because eventually your finances stop reflecting what you want and start reflecting what you repeatedly tolerate. If this kind of calm, honest conversation about money helps you see things a little more clearly, consider subscribing. No hype, just clarity.